And there you have it, gentlemen. I have retraced for you the course of events which led this man to kill with full knowledge of his actions. I stress this point, for this is no ordinary murder, no thoughtless act through which you might find mitigating circumstances. This man, gentlemen, this man is intelligent. You heard him, didn't you? He knows how to answer. He knows the value of words. And no one can say he acted without realizing what he was doing.
What is this?
Well, he has judged me intelligent. How can an ordinary man's good qualities become crushing accusations against a guilty man?
Has he so much as expressed any remorse? Never, gentlemen. Never once during the preliminary hearings did this man show any emotion over his heinous offense.
Why does he keep attacking me like this? I suppose he has a point. I don't feel much remorse for what I've done, but that doesn't mean he has to be so relentless. I wish I could just explain to him, cordially, almost affectionately, that I've never been able to truly feel remorse for anything. All I can ever think about is what's coming next. It doesn't matter though, because I can't speak cordially with anyone right now. I don't get the right to show any feeling or goodwill.
I have peered into the soul of this man and have found nothing, gentlemen of the jury. The truth is, he does not have a soul, and nothing human, not one of the moral principles that govern men's hearts, is within his reach. Of course, we cannot blame him for this. We cannot complain that he lacks what it is not in his power to acquire. But here in this court, the wholly negative virtue of tolerance must give way to the sterner but loftier value of justice, especially when the emptiness of a man's heart becomes, as we find in this man, an abyss threatening to swallow up society. He never loved his mother and put her in a home. His reaction to his mother's death proves his indifferences and the emptiness. The man never once cried of his mother's death, but went swimming, started up a dubious liaison, and went to a comedy. He is unfeeling and therefore a dangerous man.
He keeps repeating what he has already said about Mama, except now it's going on much longer than when he was talking about my crime. What can there be possibly left to say? I don't know how he can focus in this awful heat. God, this morning is brutally hot.
Tomorrow, gentlemen, this same court is to sit in judgment of the most heinous of crimes, the murder of a father. The imagination recoils from such an odious offense. I sincerely hope that this jury will uphold human justice and met out punishment unflinchingly. This man's callousness inspires in me a horror nearly greater than that which I feel at the crime of parricide. A man who's morally guilty of killing his mother severs himself from society in the same way a man who raises a murderous hand against his father who begat him. In any case, one man paved the way for the deeds of the other, in a sense foreshadowed and even legitimized them. I'm convinced, gentlemen, that you will not think it too bold of me to suggest that the man who is seated in the dock is also guilty of the murder to be tried in this court tomorrow. He must be punished accordingly. My duty is a painful one, but I must carry it out resolutely. This man has no place in a society whose most fundamental rules he has ignored. He cannot appeal to the same human heart whose elementary response he knows nothing of. I asked you for this man's head, and I do so with a heart at ease. For if in the course of what has become a long career, I have an occasion to call for the death penalty, never, as strongly as today, have I felt this painful duty made easier, lighter, clearer, by the certain knowledge of a sacred imperative and by the horror I feel when I look into a man's face and all I see is a monster.
My head is spinning from the heat. Here's my chance to say something.
Do you have anything to add?
I never intended to kill the Arab.
At least, that's an assertion. Until now, I hadn't quite grasped the nature of your defense. Before I hear from your lawyer, I would be happy to have you state precisely the motives for your act.
It was because of the song.
Thank you, monsieur. Defense, you have the floor.
It's late, and I will need several hours for my closing argument. I request that the court recess and reconvene in the afternoon.